Hello, 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 everybody. We got a full house in here. Well, it says three. Wait a minute. Let me pop that up. Try that again. Oh, it still says waiting. Do. There we go. Now we're up. And now I'll mute my iPad so I have that. Hello, everybody. We got three in here, which I'm going to assume is Rebecca Davis and Joe, because everybody else was in here before. um, yeah, looking down at my chat.
They'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be back. They'll be back. Oh, I think we might have five. Oh, we got five. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
There's my Renaissance grandma. Making all sorts of new friends this week.
That's awesome.
So, woohoo! Yeah, we got Joe. If Heather isn't in here, she will be. She likely will be. Hello, hello, hello. I got my hat and I love it. I finally I was able to open it, film my mail call video, which actually Lisa's in my mail call video too because I got my stickers. So I was
Cool.
very excited. Yeah, so I guess I will go ahead and introduce our special guest tonight. Hello, hello. This is Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm.
Hello, hello. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I have my blankie because it's really cold today.
I am also under blankies.
Yeah, so if you guys don't mind, I'm going to do this. And Heather is here.
Heather is here. Hello. She actually just posted since my live last week has posted her first two videos.
Oh, nice.
Um, for just a channel intro and a cooking video. So if anybody wants to check out Garden to Table with Heather Lynn,
I've linked to
awesome.
her.
Yeah, she is local actually to me, which is pretty cool. So
That is cool.
we were Facebook friends first, and she does Pampered Chef and all that stuff. And as soon as I get my kitchen up and running, I need some stoneware. Oh, you've got three now, three videos. All right.
I saw the one, I think it was a short, it was her favorite Pampered Chef stuff. I like that. I didn't know they had cast iron, so that's pretty cool.
Yes. Oh, I need some of that too. Oh, you're like spending my homestead savings. No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny. Hey, LP.
Ugh. All right, so Lisa, I've been on your live like a bunch of times, like not officially, but just like jumping in
Yeah.
when it's time. I'm so excited. You're like my second special guest.
Ooh, thank you.
Because I mean, Rochelle pops in all the time, and she was on deck in case you weren't feeling well tonight. But
That's why that's why I wanted to let you know ahead of time so you could have a backup.
yep.
But
Oh yeah,
luckily
and
I'm good.
yeah. Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about, some people may already know you, but I know some of these people do not. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your channel?
Sure, sure. We are in South Dakota, and my husband Ryan and I started a channel a little over a year ago. And basically, it's our journey to being more self sufficient. So we started with nothing, and then we got some baby chicks, and it went from there. So within the past almost within the past year or so, 2 years, we've added we now have 26 chickens, we have 4 pigs. We had 2 meat pigs, but they've been since gone to freezer camp. And we've raised a bunch of Cornish cross, Red Rangers, chickens also for freezer camp. And then we have 4 bourbon red turkeys. So it's basically just our journey and just being real and For some of the people on here who've been on Instagram, keeping it real was, it's hard to see with my screen, but I ended up getting a bunch of stitches yesterday.
Ooh. Ouch, ouch,
So
ouch, ouch.
yeah, it hurt. It hurt. I was out feeding the pigs and wasn't paying attention and on my game as I should have been. And Sherman came up behind me to
Ooh.
go between my legs while I was standing, and he didn't fit. So he pushed his way through to get to his food. And I mean, he wasn't trying to hurt me at all. But
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's reality. And I think that's what I like about our channel is we show reality. Some things work out, some things they don't. No, I don't have any footage of me flying through the air, so missed out on that.
Ooh.
People have been teasing me all day about that. They're like, "Did you get good content?" And I'm like, "No."
Right? Because those are the videos that people are going to go ahead and watch. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, oh, let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had quite the week here so far. Ryan's dealing with the nastiness that's going around that we're not allowed to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of it yesterday, I had that going on and had to go get stitches. So
Right,
it's been a
right.
fun week on the homestead.
Ugh. It's reality TV. No.
Totally is. It totally is. I think the other thing we like to show also is thrifty homesteading. So a lot of our videos, when we do a project, we try to do it out of scraps. We try to use free stuff to do it and show people that it doesn't have to be a hack or like a hack in a bad way. Now hack is trendy.
Right.
But before, hack was used in a very negative connotation, and it was that everything was looked terrible, and that's not the case. We recently built some turkey nesting boxes,
I
all
love
out of
that
wood.
video. It was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that was completely free. We built a duck house, which ended up being a pig house um, when they were little, and that was completely free as well. So just goes to show you if you have scraps, we try to do a lot of that and get stuff off a marketplace cheap.
Hmm.
So
When I eventually have my homestead, I've got like a goat barn, like a pallet goat barn already like planned in my head. So,
nice. It's true. I mean, you can do a lot of stuff with it, and what a lot of folks don't realize is if you take the boards apart, the only difference with the pallet wood is that it's usually very dry and it's usually very cheap wood, meaning the quality is not great. So what we found is if you take it apart and you reinforce it and all that, it seems to do a lot better. The biggest
mhm.
thing is making sure you're not getting pellets that were treated with chemicals, because if they come from overseas, they've been treated with chemicals, um, because they worry about invasive species and all that.
Right.
So you have to be really careful. It's like when people buy those drums, those big blue drums, usually they've had airplane deicer in it, and that's not something you want to reuse on a homestead because it's porous. Even for a garden, it can contaminate your garden. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, I see a lot of people do those rain barrel gardens, and I'm like, like they
Yeah,
cut them in half lengthwise, and yeah, or like growing veggies in tires. Ugh.
exactly.
Ugh. No, thank
Exactly.
you. I'll grow flowers in them, non-edibles, yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm not putting my veggies in and things
it's a
like
good
that. But
point. Yeah, but it's something that a lot of people don't think about, and I'll admit I didn't think about it until, Ryan said to me, I said, "Hey, look at these barrels." And he's like, "No, no, no." And somebody else turned around and told me that if you can get them from breweries, then it's different because there's no
oh,
contamination. A food product was in it. So you want to get food grade. So like we had
yeah,
one from a pig water we bought new, but we got it at a discounted price. And that was a food grade barrel and it never had been used. So we ended up buying two of those for cost.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Heather Lynn, her husband made a new compost bin in the fall from pallets. I've got like that kind of design in my head too, where you've got the like two sections or even three sections, so you can just kind of turn it over and
Hmm.
have your finished compost, your halfway finished compost, your new pile, like all of that. So that Yeah, I think for the goat barn, basically, I'd use the pallets to build the structure, and then I'd probably take like plywood stuff like that, go around them. So
Mhm.
the pallets on the inside, plywood on the outside, and the roof and all that. So
Absolutely, that's a great idea. I mean, we just picked up from our neighbor. He had roofing tin or roofing
yeah,
steel,
I saw that in just
and
those little sheets.
yeah, well, we ended up getting 15 to 17 sheets, and they're green like our barns. And gosh, how long are they? I think they're like 20 feet long, 25 feet long. So we've got a stack of them next to the garage with pallets, and they're just going to be great because we can build something else with it, whether we do got more raised bed gardens, hugelkultur beds, and that kind of stuff. But we always take advantage of getting shipping pallets, meaning like if a piece of equipment was shipped on it versus the pallets that everybody gets. So it's like they're long and they're rectangular, and when we built the turkey boxes, that's where we got the long boards from because we were able to pull them apart. Whereas the pallet boards are all like, what are they, like 4 feet?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Yeah. So that was really good. And they're a little sturdier because like a big piece of steel was shipped on it or a compressor or something like that. Those are great pallets to get.
Cool. Good to know.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Manufacturing plants. You just have, again, just the chemicals you got to watch for.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
But even like Home Depot, I don't know if they do it anymore, but gosh, this is like 10 years, 20 years ago. A friend of mine used to get it scrap wood from them.
Mm-hmm.
So all the bad cuts, he used to get all that stuff. Now I'm not near a Home Depot. I haven't been in years, so I don't know if they still do it, but something to try too.
Yeah. One of the places that I'm considering moving, I was looking at it and I'm like, it's like an hour from a Home Depot or a Lowe's. Well, that's a pain in the butt.
That's here too. We're an hour away from Lowe's. No Home
Mm-hmm.
Depot, but there's a Lowe's. But we have local hardware stores that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we have Menards, which you guys don't have.
Right.
Menards is the bomb.
Mm. We're partially spoiled here because literally within, I mean, we are very spoiled here. I mean, I live in Massachusetts,
Right.
but I can count, let's see, one, two, three, four Home Depots that I can be at it within 15 minutes,
Oh, wow.
and a Lowe's,
Wow.
and a smattering of like, small, mom and pop hardware stores.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, that's spoiled because I have to drive an hour to the big box stores. LP said Menards is awesome. Yeah, Menards is the bomb, let me tell you. But
I've also got three Walmarts
oh my gosh.
within like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
Probably more. Oh, no, four, four.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. So, oh, it's Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I got a Michael's. We have Hobby Lobby, but it's too far. So I got Joann
It's 20
Fabrics.
minutes.
Huh?
It's
I don't
20
even
minutes.
know. I don't even know. Where I know there's a Hobby Lobby around here somewhere, but it's far enough that I don't know where it is.
Wow.
So maybe more than 20 minutes. Maybe it's a half an hour. But I do have a Michael's and two Joann's Fabrics. So I've got a couple of craft stores going.
Yeah. We go to Rapid City anytime we need something, like big box store. Um, we can either go an hour to Rapid City or we can go 45 minutes the opposite direction to a place that's called Baumgars, which is like a Tractor Supply.
Hmm.
So it depends on what I need. But like, when we go, it's rare, but when I go, I lump all my stuff in one trip,
Hmm.
and then I don't go. And now I'm, with not working, I'm delivering eggs to people that I used to work with. So it's like they're like, "What day you coming?" And I'm like, I need feed, so I'm coming Wednesday."
Yeah, I've got let's see. I have a Tractor Supply within about, well, it's half an hour from where I live, but it's 5 minutes from where I work.
Gotcha.
So, well, no, now I've moved, so I'm 20 minutes to work, so I'm 20 minutes to Tractor Supply. And then, yeah, that we have another Tractor Supply, but it's like 45 minutes. So,
Yeah.
got to go up into New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. I
New
love New
Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Hey, it's wicked awesome gardening, kid.
I know. I know.
You
Hey,
notice I don't sound much like a Bostonian, though. I really
not at
don't.
all.
Until you get me around the Bostonians, like the people with the accent, and then, you know, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you know I grew up in Queens, right?
Oh, that's right. So
Yeah.
yeah, you probably have an accent that comes out.
Oh yeah, Ryan will try to make me say things like Hannah, and now I'm saying it to you, you won't hear it, but he'll catch me and try to get me to say it because there was this restaurant we used to go to, it was called Hannah's. And so that's when the accent will come out, but yeah, he used to tease me. He's like, "Oh, she's just stepped off the subway again." But yeah, but we used to live in Norfolk, Connecticut, so we um, vacationed all over Massachusetts, all over
Hmm.
Maine. I was teasing my not Mike, I'm sorry, yeah, Mike, but Marino's Mysteries. Um, yeah, that snow video, and I was like, that's just a typical Maine winter.
Maine.
It's a Maine.
I think I really only used the Boston accent like in my first, like, hey, here's my channel video, and I'm like, welcome to Wicked Awesome Gardening, or if I say it in my native Bostonian, Wicked Awesome Gardening, kid. And yeah, so I had posted on my Facebook, and I'm like, guys, name my YouTube channel a New England based gardening information, like, knowledge channel. And somebody's like, oh, it's got to be Wicked Awesome Gardening. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah. I moved to Vermont for a couple of years, and we lived in this little town. It literally one stoplight. It was 45 minutes from anywhere, which I didn't really mind. So I think I'm good when I finally move. And I'm going to be kind of in the boonies wherever I end up, because it's the only place that I'm going to be able to afford to buy what I want to buy.
No kidding.
But I will be fine. I enjoy my own company. I will have dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we lived in Vermont for a while, this little town at the base of a ski mountain. Like, literally, I'd look out my front porch and I'd look up and I could see tiny little black dots going down the mountain. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
But there was a pizza place in town, and it turned out they were from Natick, Massachusetts, so near Boston, and they were
Yeah.
called Wicked Awesome Pizza. And I'm like, and they were my favorite people in town. So when my friend said Wicked Awesome Gardening, I'm like, I got like Wicked Awesome Pizza vibes, and went from there.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
a
just
great name.
quickly.
I knew exactly what you were talking when I saw it was Wicked Awesome Gardening. I knew where you were from.
Oh yeah, it kind of like, hello. Let me just say hi to some of the people who've come in. So we had Joe, Garden State Gardener, and Susan's Ramblings. Hello, nice to meet you. I don't know if I've seen you in
She's from
chats
South
before.
Dakota,
South
Western South.
Dakota.
Oh,
Oh, she's
excuse me.
out from your way.
She's East River, if I remember correctly.
Aha. We got Johnny Small Pepper. Hello. LP, I didn't get to say hi to you, but I know Lisa saw you before. I'm just going through. My Granny's Garden is back. Hi, my Granny's Garden. Hello, hello. Joe says, go Mets.
Yeah. I saw he had a question too.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. Go ahead, and I'll pull up Heather there.
Okay. I moved out of Queens in 1996. And that was before I met Ryan because I was a single mom. I was living with my parents when I got divorced.
I feel that.
And what's that?
I feel that.
Okay. So when my parents retired to upstate New York, I went with them just because my childcare would be a lot easier. And that way I was there. And so I've been out of Queens since 96. And then I met Ryan because the part of New York we were in was right by Connecticut. So I worked in Connecticut. So Ryan is actually from Connecticut.
I lived in Connecticut for a couple of years too.
Nice.
We lived in Newington, right outside of Hartford.
Yep.
We
Yep.
were there for about 4 years until we got divorced, and I came kicking and screaming back to Massachusetts. I did not want to be here. I liked where I was, but in the end, it ended up being the best thing because I reconnected with old friends and just, so all right, I'm here, and now it's getting to be time to leave. Because, yeah, I work in real estate. Like, I was supposed to actually have a closing tomorrow morning, my baby brother's first home, helping him buy a
Oh,
condo. And I want to throttle the seller's agent because he screwed up big time, and now and now we have to like push out the closing. Anyway, I'm gonna leave
frustrating.
that. But he didn't do what he was supposed to do, or he thought he could do something that he actually cannot do or can't make happen, and it's screwed up some things. But yeah, but I can't afford to buy here. I can't. There's just no way. Not what I want to do.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean, that's the thing. We when we first got married in 2001, we lived in Connecticut, um, which was, only about what 15 miles from my parents in New York when we got married. And then we lived there for, gosh, 10, 11 years, and then went to North Carolina out in Spruce Pine, which is a
we lived
Tennessee
in
border
Connecticut
town.
at the same time.
Oh, wow.
We lived within like an hour of each other.
I know it. I used to go to Hartford all the time for school and for internships and stuff. Um, but then we went to North Carolina and we were there for a while. And then Ryan got the job connection out here. So that's what brought us to South Dakota.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So we've been out here about 2 years now.
Yeah, North Carolina's coming up on my list.
It's the cost of living in Connecticut is just, how's the way to say it? I mean, it's not good for young families, and it's not encouraging the folks who grew up there to stay there.
Same with where I am.
Right.
Yeah,
So, and that's the problem. And when we first moved to North Carolina, the cost of living was a heck of a lot cheaper. Now, I don't know what it is now because I'm not there, but I know everything's going up.
it's
But
definitely going up, but it's still cheaper than here.
okay,
You
because
can't get a shack in my city for less than 400,000. A shack with 0 yard.
that's what it is here.
No, yeah, well, there you go.
I mean, we're talking like you can get a 5-acre lot, and I mean, you'll see them for $400,000.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, you saw the state of my parents' house if you saw my before video.
mhm.
This thing has foundation issues, ancient windows that just leak like gusts of air. That's why we have plastic on all the windows and all of that. This thing, it's a gut reno. It really is. Jack up the house, fix the main beams. Like, it needs everything. Knob and tube, asbestos shingles. And if they get less than $500,000 for it when they sell, I'll be shocked. As is.
Yeah,
And we're talking it's a 5,000 square foot lot.
it's insane because I know we've looked at and I know you want to say hi to everybody in the chat, but if you want to
That's
go to
okay.
that first.
Okay. I'll scroll through. Uh, yeah, it's definitely happening in Jersey too. Hey, Southern Stone and Grown. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming in. Heather's husband lived in Moravia, New York when she met him. First thing he asked was if he had a Boston accent. All right, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, there's a lot of homesteaders, as we all know, in Missouri and Oklahoma. And when you talk to them and I tell them about our land prices, they're like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Or why don't you just do this? And I'm like, because it's expensive. There was a 30-acre lot that we were interested in, no house. So we'd be living in a camper for a while. And I think it was 500,000. And I'm sorry, I don't want that mortgage.
Right.
And
My
you
plan
look for
being
cheap land. You look for cheap land, it doesn't exist here. And if it does, it has no water. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it's just not practical.
Yeah. My plan, stay here, save about 50,000, and then I'm probably going to, I don't know, like I said, probably upstate New York. I'm maybe looking Ohio, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina. Like I'm looking in the, still trying to stay as close east as I can because my kids are still going to be centered in Boston.
Yep.
They're 18 and 9 or 18 and just about 20, and I can't go for like far. But I'm getting out of here. I'm hoping to be able to take that 50K, buy myself something, and not have a mortgage.
Yep.
There are places in New York you can do that. There's places in Virginia you can do that. There are places, in the Carolinas. I don't want to go ungodly hot. So I think North Carolina is as south as I'm going.
Well, if you go to Western North Carolina, you're in the mountains, but the issue is, right, it's a tourist area, and Asheville, Joe was talking about New Jersey having that issue. Well, North Carolina built up a lot in the short time that we were there. And
oh yeah, it really boomed in the early 2000s.
Well, and it really boomed. We were there from 2011 on. So, and it was, I couldn't believe it. Asheville, you can't buy anything. So we ended up buying in a town called Leicester, which was right outside of Asheville. It was rural. It's where So the Land is out that way. And so, but that was totally unknown territory, nothing. And I can tell you, we bought that in 2018. And in 2 years, the traffic was ungodly.
My friend just moved down. She's somewhere to the east of Asheville, not far, but she's somewhere slightly to the east and I think slightly south of Asheville. And she moved from up here and moved down there and bought herself a house with a little bit of land for like 70,000.
Nice.
And she's like happy as can be down there.
Nice.
Hey, we got Davis Family Life. Hello. And Brampton Gardner is here. Hello. I'm glad she's been here. She just has been lurking in the chat. Listening along. Angel Loves Garden. I think, oh God, no, Angel Love wouldn't be on my team for the grow off. I don't think you're on my team for the grow off. Otherwise, you'd be in our chat right now on Google. Yeah, I'm in the grow off, and
nice.
My team is actually having a meeting right now at 8:30, and I'm like, well, I have a live, so. Oh no, I actually saw a beautiful property online because I can't resist torturing myself and looking on Zillow all the time. Even though I hate Zillow, I'm a real estate agent. Zillow is my enemy.
Yep.
So there's a feud. There's beef, but I saw this beautiful property in Virginia for $49,000,
Wow.
like 3 acres, and the house is not a teardown.
Wow.
And it's basically cleared acres. There's a 1-acre paddock and a small like pole barn. And I'm like, huh, I want it now. But, oh yeah, you are on Amy's Avengers. Amy's Avengers on Broke Farmer's team. Ah ha ha ha. Oh, you guys going down. Rip Amy. Yeah, Angel Love is on Broke Farmer's team. Bramton Gardner, I forget whose team you're on again. No, you're on Eco's team, right? Right? Eco Farmer's team? I can't keep straight who's on anybody's team. Like half of them. I just know Ann Dale is definitely on my team, and the Hoodstead.
I love Ann
Right?
Dale.
Right? Something like that. Oh, I know. Oh, her entry video for she's on. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're on Turf's team. Her entry video, Ann Dale's entry video for the Grow Off was hilarious.
Best
Like,
ever.
oh my God. I'm going to have to start thinking about this for next year because I need something. Mine was boring. Mine was like, hey, I'm here and I'm going to be in the Grow Off and I'm going to plant some seeds.
And there's Ann Dale.
Yeah. So next year I will have something fun prepared, and I will have some starts instead of going from seed in freaking New England.
Are you allowed to do that? I thought you had to start with seed.
No, you can start from starts as well, and many people did. And I'm like, you're starting from starts in the South where you can put things outside in warm weather. Like, dude, we got a handicap up here. We got snow. It is ice. It's 3 degrees. 3. Well, then again, you're in South Dakota, so 3 might sound like a heat wave depending on how things are going out there.
Well, it's been really warm, and then today it really went south, but in a bad way. It's about 4 degrees.
Ugh.
And it is supposed to go down to 0, and then we have some kind of wind chill advisory.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, nothing's growing here right now.
Yeah. Well, I got my hat from Rebecca just in time for it to hit 0 outside, and I'm walking this crazy pup, and I'm very happy to have my nice warm hat.
How's Mia?
Oh, she's great. Mia, come here. There she is.
Oh, hi,
She
Mia.
is never far. She just comes up and presses her head right in there. Oh, hi, girl.
Hi, Mia.
Hello.
Hi, good girl. She's so cute.
Yeah, she's a cutie. Yeah, and see, this is the thing, is up here, we don't have starts in Home Depot or the greenhouses and we don't have any of that. But they can go out and they can buy lettuce starts and they can buy tomato starts, and we cannot. So next year I will be prepared. I will have some starts ready. I'll plant them specifically for this. I'll plant my starts, have my grow lights ready. I found out about it 2 days before the deadline, so I just had to go and throw some stuff in.
That's when I heard about it too, and I said, I can't make it.
Sent my entry email at 5:27, and they started picking the teams at 5:30. Better late than never. The party can begin. Leanne is here from Mennonite Farmhouse, and now I want pizza.
I'll take anything Leanne makes.
Yeah, no starts in Canada till April. I might, maybe see some starts in Home Depot in late March, but we're talking like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, and that's about it. And then maybe some strawberries. Maybe some strawberries.
April, May here, and the only thing you'll see before that is onion and potato starts.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, what is it? The seed potatoes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Hoodstead. Her bedtime story was hilarious.
I'll have to check them
It
out.
was really good. Oh, it was really funny. She started reading a story to a little fake baby. Pretty sure it was a fake baby. About this princess who went, for a challenge and the garden challenge and how she won it all. And yeah, it was pretty great. Oh God, my hips. Sorry. Ouch. Uh,
That's all right. I totally get it. I'm having
oh
tonight.
no, no, no snow. No snow.
Oh,
Actually, I don't mind it on the weekend. I don't have to drive in it to work and I can stay in it's an excuse to stay in the house.
it's headed
Um,
my way.
let's see. Oh, yeah, Leanne's getting snow tonight. Ooh, cowboy candy. I am growing a bunch of jalapenos at my friend Kristen's house this year because she wants to can all the cowboy candy. So it's great. I'm going to grow all my paste tomatoes over at her house. I'll just
Nice.
go over, take care of them, and then she's going to do all the harvesting and the processing and give me sauce.
Nice. That's a good deal.
It is, because she's like, I don't know how to grow anything. I have a black thumb. And I'm like, well, I don't have time to make sauce. So she's just going to go do it.
Nice.
Hello, Southern Sown and Grown. I hope it was a fake baby. Oh, that's right, because she threw the baby in the air. See, you need to watch this video. It was really funny.
And who's at the Hoodstead?
Yes. Oi. Oh, I gotta stretch. 25 Fahrenheit and dropping to 3 tomorrow, -9 on Friday. Oh, that is no fun. No fun at all. I would take a look at my weather app to figure out what we're doing this weekend. I know we're going down to like 9 at one point, but yeah. But my phone is what's doing StreamYard, so.
Yep.
Let's see. Whose team am I on? I am on Lioncrest's team. And I think we're still settling on a name, but I think we're going to be called Garden Sauce.
Nice.
I thought it was funny, so I'm going with it. Yeah, they're all having a meeting right now without me because I had my live scheduled. They decided they were going to do a Google Hangout, whatever. Google Hangout at 8:30 tonight, and I'm like, well, I'm already booked.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, at least I've been playing some catch up since I got here, but next week, as long as we're able to close on my brother's condo, then I can finally actually start filling up the old thermometer, because I'm going to put it up on the wall, because YouTube is great for accountability.
Yep.
So yeah, so I figure if I put the thermometer on the wall and I start filling it in, keeping people updated, it's going to be motivation.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
That's really cool.
So we'll see how it goes. Let's see. We got so Eco Neighbors, Soil Soldiers. I like it. I like it a lot.
Our new land is here. Our new land.
Oh,
is
our
here.
new land. Hello. This is another person that I don't know. So hello. Oh my
Awesome.
God, Leanne. One of the reasons I started YouTube was to keep my kitchen clean.
Good for you.
I love it. And your kitchen is so clean.
I know.
Like, I feel, you're sitting there and you're rolling. I'm like, that is a clean kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
That is a clean kitchen. Oh, baby turf. It's adorable. See. Oh, good point. Yeah, if you don't plan on doing it, don't say it on YouTube. I like that. It's true, though.
It is.
It's true. Hey, blind guy, his wife, their life. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah, I think it's going to keep me motivated, like, cheering on and all that fun stuff. This is why Brampton Gardner doesn't do many cooking videos. When I plan a cooking video, I go into my kitchen and I clean. And sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? Like, camera angle.
I got a funny story for you though. Alicia at Country Mama Musings, one night I think it was my live or somebody else's chat, I can't remember. But it was funny. She said something like, oh, your kitchen is really pretty or something like that. And I don't know if I was having a moment or what. And I was like, mine? And Leanne was like, no, she meant mine. So for the longest time, I thought she really was talking about Leanne's. But then I was talking to Alicia, and Alicia's like, no, with the white cabinets is really pretty. I said, apparently you don't look because it needs to be gutted. I said, the hardware doesn't match. We have 3 different countertops. I said, and we do plan on gutting it, but it's kind of expensive. So it's going to be a while.
All right, my hip is killing me because I'm old now. So I'm going to switch over here and readjust my camera. Oh, you'd think 1,000 milligrams of naproxen and I wouldn't be so ouchy, but there we go. That should be better. Yeah. All right. So I missed some chat. Have to figure out how to do cooking videos that are not just pictures. I'll tell you, I shoot everything with this selfie stick. It's a selfie stick with a tripod, and I just adjust it. And speaking of which, that's still not quite in the right place. Yeah, I'm doing my live stream for bed, yes. Yeah, I do everything with my selfie stick, with my tripod, and, it allows me to adjust my camera, tilt it up, down, side to side, and so I just place it, find the right angle over my stove. I do everything with my phone.
Yep.
So eventually, maybe a camera. I definitely want to get a ring light, although tonight I'm not having the light stab of death coming right through the center, so that's good.
No, I've got it instead, or the glare on my glasses, because I'm not in my usual spot. Because Ryan's in the other room, so I said I'll come in this room to be out of the way.
Oh,
so this really isn't my house here.
Joe knows everyone. I would love to have that living room, though. Look at that.
Me too. There's a grand piano too.
Oh, piano. Oh no, another Ryan has COVID.
Oh.
Time to start doing yoga. Yeah, we're going to see what the doctor says next week. Although my dead leg is gone. So that's weird. I had this weird thing starting at the end of October where I had done a show, a whole weekend of shows, and I was in the tub and I'm like, wow, my toes, like my big toe and the one next to it, are like weirdly tingly but numb.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. And then I'm like, like it was so uncomfortable. Like I couldn't even stay in the tub, my nice relaxing tub. So I get out but it persisted. And over the next few weeks, it became my whole foot. Not when I'm up and walking around, but just when I sit down and put my feet up or I lay down in bed. And then it was my ankle. And then it was my calf, and then it was all the way up to the knee. And I finally called my doctor, and I'm like, okay, something's not right. Yeah. And they're like, come in right now.
Yep.
So an hour later, I'm there with the doctor. They're sending me in for an EMG this coming Monday. Wow. But then, of course, after I go to the doctor, I go and I start walking my dog one night, and I wasn't paying attention, and I stepped in a hole, and I almost turned my ankle. My
Yes.
right ankle is like my bad ankle, and it didn't thankfully like actually sprain, but it was enough that I was limping home, and I had to like rice it for the evening.
Yep.
But that night I didn't have what I've come to call my dead leg. There was no dead leg that night. And then the next night there was only a little bit. And now it's almost entirely stopped. So of course when I'm about to go get a big, test to figure out what's wrong with it, it gets better. But my hips are having a flare up of whatever is wrong with them. So if I'm going to go see a musculoskeletal specialist, I may as well go and have them check that out. Oh, hey, we
Rebecca
got
Davis.
Sylvester Bradford. Oh, no, that's I don't know if you see that in chat. That's spam. Da, 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 da.
Rebecca Davis says she loves my fireplace. It's not mine, but I like it. I really want it.
Hey, Gear is here. Hello, hello, hello. Rebecca Davis is back, unless she's been here the whole time just lurking and making hats.
Hey, Gear
Yeah, I
Dragon.
think I got the bot. If I didn't, then Rochelle must have, I think. Let me
Thanks,
look and
Gear
see if it
Dragon.
shows it here.
It says blocked on my end.
Yeah, it says blocked on my, but that is that in just in StreamYard, or is that?
No, when you
Yeah,
block it, it remains visible to everyone else in the chat, but you've blocked it.
okay. Okay, yeah. So I think it is gone. Oh, crocheting a scarf. Gotta get the scarf loom I got from my daughter and make myself a scarf. Ugh. The kiddos that I nanny for, they're getting bunk beds this summer, so I'm thinking I'm going to crochet blankets for their beds.
Nice. That's easy to do. That
Be
fleece yarn
nice.
is so nice to use.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it will take forever, but because I'm gonna do twin size, probably from in single crochet, so it's
It
gonna
won't
take a
take
while.
forever. You'd be surprised. I've made a bunch of them in that size, and
Mm-hmm.
it actually moves along quicker. I do because
I think I'm
you usually use a bigger hook,
good.
so it moves right along.
That's true. I'll probably use like an N. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can find this. I think I showed it on a live before, but I don't know if I've showed you this before. Really, the only thing I really crochet is blankets. I mean, I can do hats and things like that, but I made this 4x4 blanket for one of my Suro babies.
Aww.
And I don't know. Look at
That's
that.
beautiful.
Isn't that awesome? This is like my crowning achievement.
I can see
There's
why.
like so many different granny squares in there.
I love
And
it.
the weaving of it was amazing. You know what was really funny is so this baby was born in the middle of March. So it was cold. But the day they were supposed to bring him home, it was 20 degrees out, and they had to drive from there to Queens because they're from Queens.
Yep.
What do you know? Yeah, but I have one Suro baby living in Queens now, and one that his family lived in Queens until he was about 2, and then they moved to California for Dad's residency for a couple of years. But they may be back at some point. But it was 20 degrees the day that they were supposed to bring him home, and she had ordered a couple of blankets to put on the car seat to help bundle him in. And so she opened them at the hospital, and they weren't like heavy, thick blankets like she thought. They were like gauzy.
Ugh.
And she's like, oh my God, this baby's going to be so cold. They didn't know that I'd been working on that blanket since we found out the transfer worked.
Yeah.
So I said, you can't leave yet. You can't leave yet. I'm sitting there in the trying to finish it in the hospital. while I'm in labor with him and they're like in the other room. I had pulled it out and I'm trying to work.
That's funny.
So I'm there and I'm trying to finish, and I finally did get all the ends turned under and all that fun jazz. And so I took it and I said, okay, I'm coming over to your room now. So, and they're getting ready to leave and they're like, oh God, we're just going to have to like get all these like hospital baby blankets and just tuck them in and make them nice and warm. And then I gave them the blanket.
Oh.
And he went home in it. Actually, you know what? I'll show you. Hold on. I have it over here. They did a photo shoot with him when they got home with the blanket.
Oh, how precious. That's precious. I wanted to show you one I
Yeah,
made.
that sweet little guy.
I have to look because I know it was, let's see, I think it was February of last year.
What else did I see? Did I see anybody new that I missed? Hey, Black's Tropical Homestead is here. Hee 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 hee. This has been a good chat. This has been fun.
I know it. I made a baby blanket for my old boss, and I'm just looking because if I can't find it quickly, obviously I won't waste your time, but I loved it because I did a basket weave. So it was
Ooh.
like pink, um, pink and
I just
gray.
learned how to do that.
And then I've got some gray yarn to go around the edges. It was pretty wild. I'll just keep
Davis.
looking while we're chatting, and if I find it, I'll let you know.
Okay. Davis family life. My mom tried to teach me to crochet. I'm a lost cause. Well, my mom taught me to crochet. I want to say I was like 4. And
Wow.
so I did that for a while, and I could make like granny squares and things like that on my own at like 4 or 5 years old. And then I learned what knitting was, and I wanted to learn that. And my mom's like, we'll see. Because, you know, my brother and I fought enough. She didn't want to put knitting needles in my hands. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so there I am. And I wrote her a note with terrible spelling, and it said, I quit crochet. I want to knit. And she's like, okay, fine. And so she taught me how to knit, and I hated it so much. I just went back to crochet, and that's what I stuck with for a long time. Leanne doesn't know how to crochet.
I can
When I go on my YouTuber,
go ahead.
I was going to say, when I go on my YouTuber road trip, I'm going to come out to Leanne, and I'm going to teach her how to crochet.
I can crochet and I can like basic knit, but it takes me forever with the knitting. I haven't gotten it down. Crocheting, I could have stuff done in no time flat.
They allow crochet hooks in jail? Well, I mean, they're not sharp, but then again, they could be made sharp. I don't know. See, sewing, I've tried to get the hang of it, but like, I think the last thing I tried to make is I almost made a shirt. It sort of resembled a shirt. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, pick up the crocheting
Why
again
is
when
it
you're
you can
bored.
never
It's
find
so fun.
Why is it I can never find stuff when you want to find it?
Right? I was looking for a picture of my dog Bo earlier tonight, and I could not find one. Took me like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, and I'm proud of that one. Came out so cute.
In a Mennonite Farms, in a past life, I was a corrections officer. Who knew? Oh wow.
I could picture Leanne laying some smack down.
You know, yeah, I wouldn't want to cross her.
No.
Brampton Gardner loves to sew. You make such pretty things. Crochet, not so much. All right, bye, Rebecca Davis. Mountain Homestead's going to be starting soon, so she's going to jump out. But yeah, I love my hat, and the video of my mail call is going up tomorrow, so I'll be sure to have you tagged and send some people over to your channel.
How exciting. Those hats are
Yeah,
so warm.
I have a new friend for my live next week, Dreamweaver Haven Homestead. I found them in the small YouTuber like homestead Facebook group,
Yep.
and they're so cool. They got the tiniest little baby bunnies right now.
Oh my
We just
gosh.
had bunnies this morning. It's gonna be fun. Fun thing to talk about. I don't know if I haven't gone deep enough into their channel to know if they're raising them like for the manure and all that for the garden, or if they're meat bunnies. But we'll see.
Either way, they're cute.
Yeah. Oh, Rebecca doesn't have her video yet. I know you said you shot one, but I think I actually said in the video that you don't have any actual content up yet. So I did warn people.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is telling people to go over and then remember to go back, because what will happen is you'll get unsubscribed if there's no videos, if you don't watch anything. And so,
Yeah. Once she gets some videos up there, I'll make her one of my Spotlight Saturdays.
yep.
I
For
got one.
sure.
I got one for you coming up once I get back into those. And Alicia, like, you guys are high on my list because you guys are getting close to that 1,000. So whatever push we can do.
We
Yay,
are
yay,
at
yay.
905 and we are blown away.
905.
Our
Brampton
watch
Gardner
hours,
is on a tear. She just got her 500 subscribers like last week, and now she's up over 600, like
who's that,
almost
Rochelle?
640. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's like, what? Where did they even come from? She's like, I don't know.
That's what happened when we hit 500. I don't know where people came from.
Yeah. Well, I hit that like 1,030, and now I'm like gaining. I think I'm almost to 1,100, and I haven't really. Yeah.
You get pushed more.
They used to teach flute lessons. One of the flute moms would come and crochet, and then aw, that's so nice.
That is nice.
Hey, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Mennonite Farmhouse. I guess I'm not big enough for Danny. I'm getting there. I've been so behind. I haven't done a Saturday spotlight since I shot one in my last one in my old garden. So I've got to get up there. I need to do Scott, Rambling with the Brooms. I've got to do Daz. I've got to do Farmer, because they all like did a big push to get me over the 1,000. Like, I had never I hadn't met Microfarmer yet. And then he was on Scott's Live when he was doing, when he was, shouting me out and trying to get me up there. And then when I didn't get there by the time Scott was done, Microfarmer says, well, you know what? I'm just going to do a pop-up live right now, and we're not going off until you're at your 1,000. And he didn't just get me for the next 10 or 12 over to 1,000. He got me up to 1,030.
Cool.
So when YouTube took subs the next day, I still had like 1,020.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I've gained like 30 something in one day, and they've all been taken and never came back.
Ugh.
And they all watched videos and commented.
Right? I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, Brampton Gardner, it took forever to get 500, hit it Christmas Eve, and now boom, 635.
It is
Mennonite
that way,
Farmhouse, she helped push me. She did. Mennonite Farmhouse, you're on the list. You are definitely on the list.
Well,
Hey, Lance Promised Land Ranch. Hi, everyone. Driving home from church and listening in. I'm so glad you guys are here. Yay.
Hey, Leanne, I helped too.
You did. Yeah, I gotta do you. I gotta do Alicia, because she's getting close too.
Yeah, she's like 8 something.
Yeah. And Heather Lynn's just starting to have real subscribers last week and this week, which is
That's
exciting.
Awesome.
So, yay! She's just getting her journey started. We're going to get out of these apartments. We're getting out of these apartments and into spaces. This is what we're doing. It's called the Jessica Sowers effect. That's the thing, is I never thought to do YouTube. I never did. But like, my first met Leanne, 49 away from 2K. Wow. Ooh, 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 ooh.
She deserves it.
Hooray. Yes. Oh, yes.
If you don't love Leanne, there's something wrong with you.
It's true.
Sorry. I'm just saying it. She has just got the best personality. She is a wonderful human being. I've never met her, but I talk to her all the time and we text or message each other. And Leanne's amazing. Just saying.
I can't, like, the connections that I've made here. I thought I was just going to make a bunch of videos and, hopefully people were going to watch them. And then now I've got like all these new friends and I'm like, I'm going to have to go bopping around the country and go do a collab video with all of them and
Yeah.
let's see.
Hey,
My
Blueberries.
out west geography is bad. South Dakota borders Wyoming? No. Yes. I'm coming to Wyoming this summer. So
I am on the western side of the state, which borders Wyoming.
well, okay, so it's still because so in New England, within an hour, you're in another state for the most
Not
part.
here.
Yeah, out there, much more space. So I am visiting, it's probably still many hours from you because I think it's in the center of the state, but the northern border.
So if you feel comfortable later, message me on Instagram where you're going.
Well, I'll tell people where I'm going. I'm all excited. It's going to be out there. I love the wild horses of the Pryor Mountains. I follow them on Facebook, have for many years. I'm obsessed. And so this year, I actually have a paid vacation. I will have the money to actually take a vacation.
Nice.
And I'm going to the mountains to see the ponies.
And what's it called?
The Pryor Mountain Mustangs. So I'm going to the Pryor Mountain Range. It's like on the border of like Wyoming, Montana.
Okay, so I put it up as Pryor.
Pryor.
Yep. And they said it was 5.5 hours for me.
I can drive that.
Because I can tell you, Country Mama Musings is in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember watching Sherman and when I got Eleanor and all them,
Mm-hmm.
you remember those? It was 8 hours to the other side of South Dakota, and I was still in the state. So we drove from where we were all the way across South Dakota to the eastern side and then up north towards North Dakota to get Sherman, Eleanor, and Fiona.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 8 hours one way.
Wow.
And that's still not at the border.
Yeah, I thought about driving this trip instead of flying, but it's a 30-hour drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know that I'm going to do that.
I wouldn't. I can tell you right now, we drove to North Carolina this summer. Not doing it again.
Yeah. Is it a dude ranch? It is not a dude ranch. It's wild horses up in the mountain ranges, and I've been following them for years. I don't know if anybody saw like the wild horse PBS specials in probably, I think, like the late 90s, chronicling like this horse and from his birth onward as he became a stallion and got his own bands and all that stuff. But I've been following he's now dead, unfortunately. He disappeared 4 or 5 years ago, so he's definitely gone. But now his progeny, his grandchildren and all of that on the mountain, or there's one horse up there. They're all named, like the Bureau of Land Management and the Cloud Foundation and the Pryor Mountain Mustang Center name them each year. And there's one called Encore who looks just like her dad, who is that horse I'm talking about. And she is the most beautiful, like palomino with this white face. And she just looks like a fairy horse. It's kind of funny.
Wow.
But I've been following them for years and I just love them so much. And so I'm finally going out there. So there's like a visitor center and you sign up for the tour hop in the truck. It's 2 hours to the range, and then you go
Nice.
hiking and hope you find horses.
Wow.
So, oh, like 3 hours south of the oh, dude. Yeah, you know that we're gonna have to do a collab when I do come out there now. I can write this trip off as a business expense. No.
There's a place in Hot Springs, South Dakota, and it's called the Black Hills Wild Horse Sanctuary.
Oh, pretty. That sounds fun.
I will send you the link. I've never been there because it was kind of pricey.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the tour was, but I remember when we first came out here, I wanted to go, and they do these tours, but it was a lot of money per person. And when I say that, it was like $50 or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't that important to me to go, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like, okay, yeah, I can see horses out in the fields here. I don't need to go. But if it's your thing, it's really cool. I'll send you the link so you have it.
Nice. I've got like 9 days.
Wow.
So that I can take for this vacation. So I think, I mean, I'm not going to obviously do, 9 days of, I mean, there's probably like 2 travel days, getting out there, getting back. But I think what I'm going to have to do is like rent a car while I'm out there and just bop around.
Yeah.
Because if Lands is 3 hours south, I can make that. 5 hours still isn't that bad. Like that's here to New York.
Right.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't in the last 2 years because Broadway is not a thing until until this ick is gone.
Oh, I'm tired of the ick.
Yeah, I'm so tired of the ick. I haven't got it yet. It's been 2 years. I haven't got it yet, but I would like it to go away.
I'm living with it now, so we'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, it is a nice vacation. Like I've got like the 5 days that I'm gone, 5 days that I'm gone from work, plus Saturday, Sunday on one side, Saturday, Sunday on the other. So, and I could probably work a couple extra like unpaid days into that because the mom will be on maternity leave. So I nanny for 3 little girls, and she's expecting number 4 in June. And my nickname for that kiddo, which I think it's a boy. It's my guess. They have 3 girls, and so they don't care, girl or boy, but my gut says boy. Maybe I'm just playing the odds. I don't know. But my nickname for him is Little Job Security. No, she made that joke first, so it's kosher. Yeah. So, oh yay! Ranch is available for visits. I want to come see. I want to come see the babies.
Is it Pryor, Wyoming, or Pryor, Montana?
The Pryor Mountain Mustang Center is in Wyoming, but I think the actual range it goes over Montana Wyoming border.
Do you know what town the horse place is in?
I think that, let me look it up. I want to say it's Lovell, Wyoming. Yes, it's Lovell, Wyoming.
With a B or a V?
LOV as in Victor, ELL.
Got it. Yep, 5 hours and 41 minutes.
Oh, so like 6 hours.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to go see those ponies. I need a good camera.
Yeah.
So, because you can't go too close because, you're going to get stomped. But,
yeah.
Yeah. These horses are gorgeous. Like, look at these guys. Whoop.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Yeah, that's too far for Bland's. Bland's, that's almost 20 hours.
It's almost how far?
Well, I didn't put in their exact town, but I put in Dallas. But Lovell, Wyoming to
Oh.
Dallas is 19 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, Pryor. Oh, they thought I meant Pryor, Oklahoma. And I'm like, wait a minute.
No.
Yeah, no.
I was
It's
wondering how it could be
Wyoming.
closer to her than to me, and I was sitting there going, "Do I need a geography lesson?" I was like,
I kind of for a minute forgot where Bland's was, so that's my bad too.
"That's all right, Monica."
And I'm just scanning through trying to find a picture of this beautiful, beautiful mare. Okay, there she is. She's a little porky because I think she's gonna foal this winter. I mean, foal this spring. But goodness,
Oh, wow.
isn't she gorgeous? Whoop.
Really gorgeous.
Her name is Encore, and I love her. I like she has such an amazing like survival story. She was stolen from her band as a foal by a group of bachelor stallions. Like three or four of them like ganged up, and she was only about 6 months old. She was barely weaned, and they stole her. And she
Wow.
still managed to survive. And then the youngest of those bachelors, his name was Knight, and he managed somehow to form like just this like bond because he had also been kicked out of his band young. Like normally
Wow.
they stay until they're about 2, and so he got kicked out as a yearling when a
Wow.
new stallion came in and took over, and apparently didn't like him because normally the stallions don't kick out even the sons when they come in and they take over a new band of mares. They let them stick around till they're about 2 or 3.
Gotcha.
So they formed a bond. Eventually, over the next year or so, he drove off the older experienced stallions, and then they were
Wow.
just a couple until a couple of months ago when another stallion came in and kicked him out. But they were like the sweetest little like couple on the mountain. It was adorable.
Aw. Wild how animal circles
Right?
operate.
And that's the thing is like I follow. It's like a soap opera,
It
a
is.
soap opera with wild horses, and yeah. So I can't wait to see some of these guys. They're gorgeous.
That's
Um,
fun.
yeah.
That
So
sounds real fun. I'm glad you're
yeah, but
going.
I won't be far from you, sort of.
Yay.
Oh yeah, this is her brother.
Oh,
He's so handsome.
it's like that
Matopia.
apple gray.
Yep.
Love it.
He's he's gorgeous. He just had his first 2 babies. So yeah.
Yeah, check out that Black Hills place. I mean, I know it's like a nonprofit and it's a
That's
sanctuary.
Prior Mountain is also a nonprofit,
Yeah,
the Mustang Center that does the tours. So
nice.
um, yeah, so I'm very excited. I can't wait. But I'm like, I could spend like half of it half my vacation driving there and back, and then like on the way as I'm coming through, I mean, I've got to go through Iowa. I could go see Alicia. I could come up this way and, I could make a detour for a couple hours and go to the M.I. Gardner store and like,
Yeah, when we drove to North Carolina, I mean, we were on a mission because my mom had passed, and so we had to
oh,
deal with all that stuff. And so there was a race to get down there in 2 days.
hmm
We were down
yeah, it's
there
a
for
little
one.
different when you can meander.
Yeah, and then the most amazing people in the YouTube community wanted us to stop, and they wanted to see us, and they wanted to meet us on the highway, give us hugs. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was wonderful, but we just couldn't.
Hmm
It was just a rough
You got to get
time.
to your
And
mom,
yeah,
to,
and then on the way back, um, I just lost it being in the car so long, and I told Ryan we're taking 3 days to get back because I can't deal with it anymore.
hmm
And it just got to me. And at one point, Alicia was just like, "You need to stop and you need to get lunch. And you're driving right past my house, so you're gonna stop." So we stopped like at a Subway, and it was just like we just ate lunch. She dragged me over to like a farm store because she wanted to buy me a salty heifer shirt. But even, it wasn't that long. But the point was, it was like, it made sense. And her and I are close, so it made sense. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
But I just felt bad because so many people wanted to meet us at the hotel. And I was like, I can't, I got to get back home,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but
Get
great
a
people.
refresh. I'm hoping to meet a lot of people in October at the HOA, Homesteaders of
Nice.
America conference. I'm
Nice.
going.
Good for you.
I am going.
Where do they
I'm
hold that
pumped.
again?
Huh?
Where do they hold that?
Virginia.
It is Virginia. That's what I thought.
Yep. And while I'm down there, I'm going to be scouting the area. Like, is this a good place to live?
You'll be able to see the big traffic patterns and know where you can go.
Yeah.
Seriously, an event like that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I want to push out from DC. Get.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else am I missing in the chat here? Do. Yeah, not Pryor, Oklahoma.
That's so funny.
Gas is outrageous.
Ugh.
Gas is bad right now, but I don't know. Like when I get out there, I'd have to rent a car anyway.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. Well, when we got Sherman, we left at like 3:00 in the morning to go out to Sisseton, South Dakota and back. And it was just the worst day ever. It was so long. And the gas is expensive. We're in a truck, Well,
Mm-hmm.
I added to it because when I went out to get the girls, I was working in Rapid City at the time, and I ended up leaving from work on a Friday night and added a hotel expense in
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm not doing this again.
All right, my granny's garden is heading out. Good night. And hello to Ronald Davis, who just joined us. Hello.
That's Rebecca's brother, I believe.
Oh, that's right. She said he was coming in.
Yep.
Yay. Well, that's so nice. Hello, nice to meet you. Well, I mean, I've
It's
said hi to you on streams before, but yeah.
I found it.
You found it.
Oh no.
Ah,
Hang on. Let me
rude.
fix this. Let me take my background so you can see my ugly background. Oh my gosh, why did that happen? Wait a minute.
We're going to shatter the illusion, people.
Yeah. There was my fireplace. Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
See, I don't know if you can see the
Yeah, the
texture.
basket weave.
Yeah, and then the gray made the
Ripple.
ruffly edges.
Yeah. Oh, your phone, I think, just went dim.
There we go.
But yeah.
Ah.
Let's see.
No fireplace.
No fireplace.
I'll have to put it back up.
Let's see.
I'm still here. It's just loading.
Okay. I decided I had to go back. I had to go back to my craft album here. Last year, a friend of mine, go back a couple of years ago, a friend of mine had, they were pregnant. They worked very hard to get pregnant. Like it was their second IVF cycle or something like that.
Oh, wow.
3 days before baby was born, they went in to have a consult for the C-section, and they couldn't find a heartbeat. Baby had been moving the night before, was no longer. There was an accident. There was a cord wrap, and so they lost their little guy. And then they took some time, and then they tried again, and then they were pregnant. And so it was the week before. I had been working on this blanket for a while. It was the week before she was due. They were having a scheduled C-section, and she was freaking out. And so it was during COVID, so I couldn't go visit her. It was, fall of 2020. So we
Mhm.
couldn't go visit. And so we decided to play Ding Dong Ditch. She lived on a cul-de-sac, so I pulled in, I turned the car out facing outward, had my fastest child jump out of the car, leave her door open, jump out, run, drop it, ring the bell, run back to the car, jump in, and we peel up the street and turn the corner just as she's opening her door.
Oh, geez.
And I thought we got away clean. And we did. She did not see us, but literally she just texts me before I get to the next block over, and she goes, "Did you just drop this beautiful rainbow crocheted baby blanket on my doorstep?" I'm like, "God damn it, you saw us." And she goes, "No, it's just you're kind of famous for your baby blankets." And so, yeah. But this is it. You can see that.
Oh, how beautiful.
Let's see.
That's
That
gorgeous.
rainbow ripple shell.
I love the shell stitch.
Oh, it was so pretty.
That's
And that's
awesome.
my dog for scale. So it was and that's not even finished.
Wow.
Whoops. Okay, yeah, so that's it on a queen size bed. It almost went all the way across.
Nice. That's
Because I don't
beautiful.
make tiny, newborn baby blankets. I make baby blankets big enough to fit on a toddler bed.
Oh, yeah.
Because what's the point? You're gonna have that blanket for 3 months and then it's gonna get tossed around and
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
no,
For
no, no.
sure.
Toddler size blankies.
Absolutely. The one that I made it for, she was a preemie. She was a
Oh,
preemie. Yeah, I think she was due in March,
for that you need
and
special blankets.
she was born in January.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
That was
pretty
a very
amazing.
roller coaster year. The year she lost her baby was the roller coaster year for pregnancies. First I had my Suro baby, which was like, yay! And then 3 weeks later, one of my very dear friends, Molly, was pregnant with twins, and she had just a massive heart attack. Like, she was having chest pains. She went to the hospital. They were getting her all hooked up to check and find the EKG was normal, and they were trying to figure out what was going on. And then all of a sudden, and she died. And
Oh,
they had to go in. And those babies are turning 4 in a
oh
couple of
my
months.
gosh.
But both babies were okay. But we lost her. Then now, okay, I am not a very religious person. I'll put that out there. I'm really not, and I'm not but sometimes there are like miracles can be a real thing,
Mhm.
because my friend was told at 16 weeks that there was no amniotic fluid. This baby was not going to grow lungs. This baby was not going to survive. Follow-ups, no amniotic fluid, no nothing. Scans, we do not see lungs. And so she said, well, right now she's growing, she's kicking, she's moving, so she's gonna be here till she's not here anymore.
Right.
And she went into labor at 26 weeks. They couldn't stop it any longer. And so tiny, tiny little baby, like her foot was the size of a thumbnail,
Oh.
came into this world. They had the priest right there ready to, do all the blessings, all of that. And while they're giving last rites, you hear, and she's, just come into this world, heard the teeniest, tiniest cry.
Oh.
You cannot cry if you do not have love.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that little girl, she's turning 4 in June. And she's
Oh.
amazing. They named her Wendy because she was going to Neverland. But
Oh.
now she's Wendy, the girl who lived.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Because her parents are super nerds. We were buying her little preemie Jedi outfits, and it was great. And and then there was that, and then there was Oliver, and then there was, it was very yeah. So it was Wendy that, you know, that's that's kind of a miracle for me. So,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
Life with Linda and Chuck is here. Hey there.
yeah. Oh, hello. I see you. Hello, hello, hello. Yay. All right, let's see. Pulling up into my other thing and sweeping through. Aw, sister-in-law's baby wasn't supposed to live, but after birth he lived. But only till he was 5? Or is he 5 now? Because now I'm sad.
No, it sounds like he wasn't supposed to live after birth, but he did make it to age 5.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well, I had friends, their son was born with spina bifida. They said he's not going to live. They said, he, you know, probably won't be here past 4 months. Then it was when he was 1, it's like, well, he'll never walk. Well, then guess what? He got up and he started walking. He had to use crutches, but he just graduated college. So,
Oh.
yeah. And he's a ladies' man. Oh, that's sad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, he had,
So sorry.
that's sad.
But he had 5 years of
Yeah,
being loved.
yep,
So,
with a great family.
yep.
Mm, you know what? Yeah, we need a happier topic. Okay, well, let me see. Happier topic. I have a stove. I have a stove now as of today. My stove is hooked up
Yay!
in my kitchen. Now I just need my sink so that I can actually do dishes. Because I'm like, I still don't want to cook if I have to bring all my dishes up and downstairs. So, because I mean, there is a kitchen downstairs. But yeah, I can't wait. I've got to make my kitchen video pretty soon because it's like
Yep.
85% done. Um, this weekend, you're going to see what happened to this bedroom. Because as you can see here behind my bed, the walls are no longer that horrendous 70s wood paneling. I mean, okay, the wood paneling is still there, but it's not wood color anymore. So
Wow.
looking really nice in here. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out for, a couple buckets of paint and, some really, really cheap vinyl sheet flooring.
Paint
Bring
is a
bring
huge
on my homestead, bring on my fixer upper. I am ready.
paint is does a world of good. I think the
Hmm.
biggest thing is no matter what you're buying, if you're buying something that's like a fixer upper, it's just the structure needs to be there,
Yep.
you know. I am cold, Chuck. I'm cold. I'm
I'm under 2 blankets and I have a dog all curled up in my lap, nice and warm.
I Chuck knows because he saw my post. I'm in a t-shirt because my arm hurts too much to put a hoodie on. So
Hmm.
instead I'm sitting here wrapped up like this in a cold room.
Raquel is washing dishes in a bucket. Yeah, I mean, technically, yes, I could do that. I could just because the bathroom's like 10 feet away, so I could go fill a bucket. Fill like a wash bin. I could do that. Be a pain in the butt to rinse, but yeah, I could do that.
You need a second bucket.
Yeah. Well, the first plumber got the ick, and then he like made 4 different appointments to come and check the 4 different appointments to come check and give me an estimate to do the work, and he just ghosted, and I'm like, okay, well, fine. So yeah, now I had another plumber come on Monday. Just gave me the estimate today, and he'll be back to hook up my sink. So
Oh,
that'll
good.
be fun.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So the walls are all, well, the wallpaper is painted. It wasn't gonna. Oh man, I was so ready and pumped to take down that wallpaper. I'll tell you, I was all about it. And then I was like looking at it, and I pressed on the wall in a few places,
Oh,
And I realized that a lot more had let go of the lath than I thought. And we're talking like it was like a good 6x3 section of wall. And that's just what I could tell had fallen apart. And then I knew there was another big section like that on the opposite wall. And I'm like, no. What I do know, though, is the hallway was redone with drywall and all of that in supposedly. We'll see. But supposedly the walls in the hallway are fine, so I can strip that wallpaper and paint that, and that'll be pretty. But I do have to patch a hole in the wall in the front room. So, like, I'm getting all the fix-it experience, and just as long as the bones are good,
Yep.
as long as the electricity works, the plumbing works, the heating works, and the roof doesn't leak too bad. Because I will get up on that roof and I will do things. You know?
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like you have to do that stuff because it's too expensive to hire somebody. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't even it's not even that. The fact that they don't show, they're unreliable, all that stuff, you know.
Yep. Exactly. Like I was supposed to have a sink and a stove 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing too is like I know somebody here in town was trying to find a plumber and they're like they called like a known plumber and they were like, we've got something like 65 houses to plumb because of new construction. And so that was it. Like they're
yep.
not taking any work.
My parents have a house that was built between the 1840s and 1860s. Oh, yeah. So that must be beautiful. I bet it has like a lot of really like awesome craftsmanship and charm from the period. Husband
Absolutely.
remodeled the home from the studs out. Most of the work himself between farming and sleep. That's amazing. See, like I have the kind of like this like back of my head dream of like, I bet I could build my own house. You could learn anything from YouTube. But then I'm like, yeah, can I really lift these things and keep them steady by myself while I'm trying to do...
Please don't use pallets.
No. And like electrical work, I'm not gonna mess with that. Wow, it took almost 6 years to do all the work before you get married. That's amazing. That
Yeah.
is so cool. Like, well, I mean, not that you had to wait 6 years to get married, but just like the commitment in that is just
Yeah,
amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah. Alicia did a lot of renos on her place. Her place, like, okay, so you only see like the little snippets of people's homes.
Yep.
Just these little, but her home looks so funky and cool from what I can see around her in the pictures. Like, yeah.
Well, a lot of her summer videos are in her summer kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Summer kitchen?
it's her summer kitchen, and if I'm correct, it was a garage, and they
Neat.
turned it into a summer kitchen. And so, like our entryway room that I post about or I do my videos from, that was also a garage at one time. And before we bought the house, they renovated it to be a big room. And we
Mm-hmm.
love it because it's just great to be able to walk in and we use it. That's like our project room for indoor
Nice.
projects. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw that I posted on Instagram. I got the freeze dryer going.
I saw that.
So cool.
Like, I scroll through Instagram, but I don't remember to like things.
I'm
Like
not worried
heart
about
things.
that. I've been posting to my stories more than my posts because it's just easier.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
gotta remember to use my community page more.
yeah. Thanks, LP. That's really sweet. Have a good evening.
Ugh.
Thank you
Every
so
like,
much, LP.
I don't have the ick. I think I inhaled one of Mia's hairs.
Oh, that's the worst.
Anyway.
I missed something. Can you say
Asbury Grove is this area in Hamilton, Massachusetts, and it was a whole like vacation homes for very wealthy, the well-to-do up here near the lake and all of that. Yeah, fancy. It was a summer home for a family that lived in Boston during the
Yep.
Taping is so much work. Ugh. I'm gonna have to be doing that in a few weeks when I finally get to that in the front room and taking care of that, patching that horsehair plaster. It's probably like a foot square. Ugh.
Did you see LP's comment?
Yes, I was just tapping on it.
Well, I don't know if you heard, I have Alexa in here. And she just started talking and I don't know why. So yeah, she's like, I repeat that or something. And it was funny because LP said, I just set a timer on my device.
It's connected.
Wow.
All right. Okay, so you're not, I don't think you're on my Facebook, but so it just came up in my memories the other day is winter, like January of 2020, we went to karaoke with my friends, and I don't remember why or what spurred this little like 5-second clip. My friend Janine she's a classically trained opera singer, okay? Nice. So we're in the karaoke bar, and for some reason, this little clip on my phone that I had shared to Facebook was her going, "A pox upon thee!" Woo! And then COVID hit.
Yikes.
So now I'm like, Janine, it's all your fault.
Yeah. No kidding.
Which is really funny. Really, really funny.
It's like, think back to when this all started. Did you think we'd still be dealing with this?
No, not at all. Not at all. And like, okay, so I was very pregnant with my Sura baby, and it was literally 2 years ago tomorrow was when we had the first like known death in the US. And I said to the baby's mother in text, and I have this text saved for posterity. I said, okay, I am not a germaphobe. Like when we had swine flu, like the H1N1, SARS, all that stuff, I went, meh, whatever.
Yep.
And I'm like, maybe it is just because I am pregnant. But if this thing comes to Boston, and if it's in New York already, it's coming to Boston. If it comes to Boston, I'm quarantining myself inside my house until this baby was born. Famous last words.
Yep.
Because I'm taking my daughter into her therapy appointment on like March 11th. And and I get a call on the way in from the baby's mom saying, you know what? I'm not coming up for the next ultrasound because COVID is so thick here in New York. She goes, I don't want to take a risk on getting you sick. So I'm going to stay home and I'll like I'll FaceTime in and see it there. So she skipped her son's ultrasound. And then, so I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. Everybody stay safe. I'm going to, and then I walked into my daughter's therapy appointment. The therapist says, this is going to be our last in-person meeting. We're going to virtual meetings starting next week. And then I'm like waiting for my daughter. I opened my email. My office is shutting down for the next 2 weeks. They had already called off school it like all hit in the same day. Yep. Within like a couple of hours. They're like, there's going to be no school tomorrow. And I'm like, what? Like it was like this dystopian world all of a sudden. And then I had to quarantine for 3 full weeks alone, pregnant, by myself, away from my kids, away from for 3 weeks, because I couldn't risk taking it into the hospital with tiny newborn babies because we didn't know what this was yet. And then then I had to quarantine for 2 weeks when I got back before I could see my kids again because their stepmom is immunocompromised. So, like, if I caught it at the hospital, I couldn't give it to them and then bring it to their stepmom and all that. So, like, I didn't see my kids for 5 weeks. I've never not
Jeez.
seen my kids for 5 weeks.
Right.
The baby's mom was really nice. She goes, because you had to be away from your babies to safely bring my baby into this world. Once all of this is done, she goes, I'm going to pay for you and the kids to come to New York City for the week and see a Broadway show. So, 3 or 4 days in the city, a Broadway show, like, it's all on me.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm thinking, I wonder if I want to put up my link and see if anybody wants to come up and join us. Can we get Leanne to come on a live? Oh, I don't know if she's done that before.
She has.
Oh, she has. Oh, no, who was it who hasn't? Oh, you know what? It might have been Monica Katie's Garden, but then I think she finally did just go on somebody's live. Who was it? Rochelle, who was it? I don't know. But I'm going to throw, yep, Heather has never been on live. She has not. Yeah, but there's the link in case anybody wants to come up and hang out with us.
It's really easy to
Come
do.
join us. Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, it's super easy. You just, hang here, say hello.
It's not hard.
He's my little doggy who's sitting here yawning and looking at me like, why are we awake? She's so funny. She will go and it was Nicole. That's right. Nicole was thinking about doing a live. Hasn't been on a live yet. That's right. Leanne just got the capabilities to stream. Ooh.
What are we waiting for then, Leanne?
I'm just going to keep doing eyebrows. No. Just kidding.
Leanne's got a fancy office to stream from.
Ooh.
What's
I just
Mia
got my
doing?
bed. Mia, when she decides it's time for bed, she will give you a look and then she will go and stuff her face under a blanket or a pillow. And every once in a while you just hear a disgruntled sigh. She's like, turn the lights out already and be quiet. I'm trying to sleep.
Aww.
Turning into an old lady. Ooh, we got some. Oh, hey. Hello.
Hey, Heather.
Oh, Mennonite Farmhouse, the kitty is falling asleep in your lap. Oh, well, then you're not allowed to move.
Hi, Heather.
Hello.
You did it. Yay.
Yay. Heather is from up in my neck of the woods.
Yep. Ipswich.
Yeah, I work in Ipswich now because that's where my nanny family is.
Ah.
They're off of Linebrook.
Okay, then it's possible that you might pass by me.
When you say it's off Linebrook Road, that could be just about anywhere in a 5-mile stretch.
Well, we're near the school on Central.
Okay, I don't know.
It's 133 and 1A.
Oh yeah, so much closer to town. And we have a Michelle. We got a party. I
gotta play around with my volume.
Oh, there we go. What did I say? When we got Lisa in the house, it's a party.
Hey, Rochelle.
I'm partying with my amaryllis.
Ooh. Oh, it's almost there.
That's pretty.
Almost there. I may have to switch over to the other side because now this hip is giving me ish.
They're taking forever.
What are we drinking?
I've never grown amaryllis before. Water with orange peel.
Ooh.
Nothing exciting.
Yeah, but still. It's more exciting than water.
True.
Orange peel makes it fancy.
True, true.
Hey, Monica Katie's Garden, who just got monetized.
Congratulations.
She just got monetized today.
Oh, wow.
Or I don't know if you actually, did she get monetized, or was able to fill out the paperwork for it?
She applied for it. She applied for it today, so.
Applied for it. But she got her hours, she got her subs, yahoo!
I can't wait for that day.
Right? I've got the 1K. But where are you on watch hours, Lisa, for when you do hit your 1K? Because
I'm
you're
not
really
worried
close.
about watch hours at all. I'm close. We need some more, but I'm really close. It's totally
I need
doable.
1,700.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm well under 1,700. I'm sorry. I'm well under 700 now.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
I'm really not worried about that part
Oh,
at
wow.
all. I'm worried about the other part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you'll get there. You will be there before too long.
Yeah.
I give it a week. Because you know Scott's gonna start like blasting you. Because he can do it for me. He can definitely do it for you. Leanne needs 1,400.
Scott needs a project.
This is
Well,
his
he's snowed in
project.
anyway.
This
He's got
and
nothing better to do.
The drone is going to be a big thing for him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Leanne needs
Yeah, hopefully
1,400.
Eric can give him some tips.
Mm-hmm. Leanne and I will start running each other's playlists.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I know you have, Leanne. I know you have. Thank you.
Yeah, so Heather here is from my neck of the woods, and she does Pampered Chef and, on her gardening journey.
Yes, we're kind of still in the learning stage. We've done it for a couple of years, but we're still kind of in the learning stage.
Of
One thing we
YouTube
want-
or
Hmm?
the learning stage of YouTube or the learning stage of the gardening stuff?
Both.
Okay.
We've had our garden for like a couple of years, but we're still figuring out how to do it right. And last year didn't help.
We had very weird weather.
Because we had all this rain and it like made the weeds go like wild, and it made like our plants go wild, and we had damage from rain.
Yep.
One thing we're trying to figure out how to grow right is onions.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm about to do an onion video, so
well, we the first time I did it, I had just regrown some onions that had sprouted, but
Okay.
like I didn't have success in that. And then last year we did it from sets, and they didn't really get much bigger than the sets. We do have a package of seeds, but my husband's trying to figure out when to plant the seeds, and he's having a hard time figuring it out.
Are they like large onions? They're like supposed to be like the big sweet onions, or?
The package we have is this. They're like yellow onions.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll actually probably want to start those pretty soon, because I'm starting mine like this week.
It's like, I don't know, he thinks he's just gonna start them outside, but like we don't really have a good place to like start them like inside.
That's the hardest part. Well,
because there's no light, because like we're in what should have been the basement of the building. So so the windows we do have are like small windows that are up high.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I probably have room to like start like an extra 6-cell tray.
Okay.
I could drop them off. It's 2 minutes from work. So you know what? I mean, I will go ahead and do that, because I know I'm going to start more than I'm going to grow. I still have a huge paper bag full of onions that I grew this summer, over the summer, that I haven't used yet.
Yes,
Wow.
and we haven't successfully dried out onions because we get the CSA share at Marini's because we're kind of at the point where we don't need the CSA share for some things, but we need the CSA share for other things
Mm-hmm.
because we don't grow everything or enough of everything yet.
Yep.
But so we've tried to dry out some of the onions that I've gotten from the CSA share, and they've kind of rotted instead.
Mm.
But
I take mine and I take my a kitty gate, like a baby gate, and I put it over 2 chairs, and I put the onions, I put the greens down through, and let them hang upside down for a couple of weeks with the ceiling fan going, or a box fan on them, and that dries them out really good.
But it was a good thing that we had all of our strawberries last year because we didn't have you pick strawberries with our share last year.
Oh, bunnies ate all my strawberries last year.
Because all of Marini's you pick fields got ruined by deer for last season.
Oh,
so they didn't do any you pick strawberries. But they were redoing the fields for this coming season, and they were and a deer-proof fence was going to be included in the new fields.
I bet.
But it was a good thing that we had all of our strawberries that have multiplied all over the place because it helped replace the you pick strawberries that we didn't get.
Yeah, this year I will have a bunny fence. I have the materials.
Yes, and I have to figure out how to discourage animals from our compost bin area. Because I've noticed lately that I've had holes around our compost bin area.
Mm-hmm.
My husband's just fill them back, fill the holes, and it's well, it's frozen right now.
Lisa, we're in Massachusetts. We can't.
Oh, that's right. You got neighbors,
right? Oh, very close neighbors.
Well, hey, that's the reason why the deer got away with what they were doing because there is a house behind me.
Oh, there we go.
And a walking.
Yeah. The I do have one story. I may have told this story last week too. Is we're Massachusetts. Our some people are armed, but so a friend of mine, he is a rifle enthusiast, a firearms enthusiast, and he lived. My best friend and her now husband, they were living in a basement apartment on a horse farm near me. And one day he was out, or it was just after dusk. The horses have all been put away for the day. There was a new baby, 2 days old, in the small barn. And they live at the very edge of the largest municipal park in the United States, the largest city-owned park. It's a huge forest, three ponds, so it spans, and there's trails. So from the barn, you could get on your horse and go for miles of trails. Lots of people hike in there, but there are massive coyotes. Yeah. We're talking easily 60, 70 pounds and bigger. Because up here, the coyotes have mixed in with the wolf population that used to be here, and then stray dogs, and so they're massive. Mm-hmm. And so he's out there, and he was sitting out front smoking a cigarette, and out of the woods comes a huge coyote. and he's sniffing around. You know, it's great because they take care of the rats, but they also eat the barn cats. That's how I got my Sadie lady that I had for about 7 or 8 years, because she was a barn cat, and the barn cat population took a serious dip all of a sudden. So they said, all right, we're getting rid of the cats, save them from getting, made a snap. But he's sniffing
we have a
around.
coyote problem here in town.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere here. Like I have to watch when I go to walk my dog.
Yeah,
but
we have coyotes. They're constantly fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. So he comes sniffing around, and then he if he's sniffing around at the outside, okay, fine. But then he went into the barn with the new baby, and Jim he goes, and reaches inside, right inside the door is where his safe is. He's got this boiler room, and he's got his safe in there, and he's like, oh, no. And he goes and he gets his nine and comes out, and he's in the barn, and he's sniffing around the outside of the foal stall, and he just bye-bye. You know, the second you come in and you're putting a threat to the horses, you're no longer welcome. And we're not supposed to do that around here, but that, if he's that bold, he's a danger to people too.
It's your land. You have to protect the animals in your investment.
Yep. Oh yeah. And this was an expensive baby.
Broadcasted on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Do not show the actual. Yeah. Because I love the coyotes. They're beautiful. I love to watch them. I love when I see them like, oh, coyote, oh, coyote. We see them at our other barn in Georgetown all the time. And they don't bother the horses there. They're in the woods. They pop out for a little bit and then they disappear again. They don't bother anybody, and it's just so amazing to see them. But that one was going to be trouble. That one was somebody was going to get hurt.
Yep.
And it's sad. It's sad. But yeah. Why do I keep doing this? New subject. No. Anybody growing anything fun this year?
These conversations keep tanking.
Right? I mean, so Lisa's growing, you're mainly growing for the, sustainability and all that, for the self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
But are you growing anything fun?
But am I growing what?
Anything just for fun that you're like, oh, I'm going to grow a thing. Because you're going to, you know me, I freak out over I'm growing this cool thing. So
I'm going to breed my pigs. That's going to be for fun.
Yay.
I'm sorry. That's more exciting to me.
No, that is super exciting.
Yeah, we're gonna put Sherman and Eleanor together. Piggy. I know. I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yay! Now, about what time of year do you do that?
It's the first time farrowing, so I'm not gonna brave it and do it so early that I have really cold weather. So it's not like I'm sitting here going, I got to push 3 litters or 2 litters a year. You know what I mean? So literally I am, you got a bot in the chat. Just,
Yep. I'm on it.
Literally.
But literally I just, I'm
probably I can't do anything from here now.
February. Probably February.
I think I got it.
And it's March, April, May. It'll be May. So I think that'll be a decent time of year, because if it's really, really cold out and you get a cold snap, it's going to make it more difficult. And I don't want to do that for our first time.
And how long do they take?
It's usually 3 months.
What's their gestation?
3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. But with the coonies, it's a couple days longer. So that's why we'll probably put them together in February.
Okay.
See how it goes, and then we can keep an eye on it. But it's pretty common that you have you lose some of the piglets at birth.
I've heard that.
Depending on the size of the litter. So that's why I want to be successful and try and do it when it's warmer, because they can't regulate the heat in their bodies for the first 2 weeks.
How big do the Kunis typically get? Because like I never thought I wanted pigs, and then damn all you YouTubers and your pigs and your pork and your like. So now I'm like, yeah, I think I want to have a pig.
The Kunis take longer to grow out, as they say. They take about 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at Sherman's a year, he's about 13 months. And I mean, he's a big boy. So, but they say that the boys can be 200 to 250 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is big boy.
But of course, if you had a boy, you'd have to castrate them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want that for a meat pig. So then, so if you get a girl, they're smaller, but I mean, still in all, usually if there's Kunis, you want to have at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know when we first got Sherman, that was our mistake, was just having 1. Because now that he's with Grant, it's a whole different ball game. He used to lay around like he was bored and depressed.
Aww.
Now he's got Grant and he's like, woohoo!
I got a friend. Yeah,
It's made a huge difference. I mean, if you watch Eleanor and
They're
Fiona together,
so funny.
they are. Eleanor and Fiona grew up together, so it's like now they're hilarious to watch. But it's a much different dynamic than it was having just Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
But Sherman was also, his litter was a spoiled litter. I mean, he was about 3 months old when I had him. He should have been sold a long time ago, but the father of the daughter who was the breeder, he literally spent hours in the barn with that litter and just hanging out with them. So Sherman is really calm.
Super socialized pig.
Very socialized. And that's why yesterday, that's why I posted what I posted, because he didn't do it to hurt me.
Yeah.
He didn't, I was in the way of the food. He just wanted to get there.
Yep. Animals are like that.
I've been there.
Yeah. Heck, when I'm hungry,
It's like 5 o'clock on a cruise. Get out of the way. These little old people, walkers, getting anywhere. That bar opens up. They're like grease lightning.
Early bird special.
Oh. Oh man. All right. I'm thinking it's been about 2 hours.
I have.
And chat's gone dead.
They're exhausted.
Are we the only ones still here? I can't see. That's the one thing I don't like about being on the tablet is I can't see who's in the chat or whatever.
There hasn't, aside from the bot, there hasn't been a post in 10 minutes. Like, what?
The bot.
Where'd the bots go? Come on back. No.
We're grateful for the bots. Yeah.
Nah, we don't need the spam.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Neighbor last year attempted to grow watermelons.
I gotta save my voice for tomorrow.
Yes.
Garden spot.
So I have not had luck with melons yet. They got all shaded out by the monster spaghetti squash.
The plants got as far as getting baby watermelons, but didn't go any further because then it got too cold.
Yep. Ugh. We had weird weather.
I had a plant going, and then something stole it.
He never got to eat
something stole my plant.
Because he grew kale plants, and then he never got to eat any of it because the wildlife ate it. But yet, there's still a plant still existing of his kale plants, but he never got to eat any of his kale plants.
Monica Katie is here.
Oh, no.
My check got lost in the mail to stay past the 2 hour mark.
Leanne's fading fast. Yeah. I was going to say, I started my onion seeds already. And my green onions are just starting to sprout. And I'm thinking I'm seeing a little tiny bit of green over on my regular onions. So
nice.
We shall see if my Walla Wallas do anything this year.
Yeah, I got to get my seed starting area set up, which means I have to this weekend I have to attack the horde. You guys saw the pictures. Yikes. Hey, Projects with Paul. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Paul.
So I've got to attack the horde this weekend because I need
Hello.
to clear enough space to be able to put in my seed starting area. Because right now I have one grow light on the bookcase that's got my MIG grow off stuff, which this weekend is going to get put into a 5-gallon container. The 5-gallon grow bag that I ordered that I ordered came in, and it is nowhere near 5 gallons. It's like 3. It's like, what the? So I'm going to go get a 5-gallon container. I'm going to use a storage tub from Walmart. It's still going to be 5 gallons. I'm even going to take like a 5-gallon Home Depot, bucket, and I'm going to fill it with soil, and I'm going to dump it in. So that is the amount of soil that I'm using. Because the buckets are so deep and skinny. So I will still be using 5-gallon container, but I've got to get these radishes
say
out
the
of
size
there.
on it.
Huh? Yeah, it'll say the size on it.
The bucket, like whatever container you buy, it'll say the size right on it. So that's all you need for the group. I mean, they're not that strict.
Yeah.
It's a friendly challenge with a lot of
She says make sure it's food grade. I mean, I'm growing this kind of just for the challenge, like for the grow off challenge. So I'm not too worried about it being food grade, as much.
Most of them are. Just check the number on the bottom.
Yeah.
I think most of those bins are. I checked it before. They just check the number. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that, and that'll be what I grow in, because these radishes are like 3 inches tall. They're getting their second set of leaves. The bok choy is starting to throw off some leaves. The basil is up. Still no sign of the tomatoes and cucumbers. I actually decided to replant the same seeds and just, all right, let's try round 2. So we'll have to see. But anyway, yeah, it's been 2 hours. My hips are screaming, and so I think I have to go off for the night. But I'm so excited that Heather came up on a live. Yay.
Yep, I'm working on getting confidence right now because I'm a rather awkward person, and I'm trying to.
I am so super awkward. You have no idea. It took a while to get this comfortable.
Yeah, just do it. You did fine.
Yes, you did great. So, yay. So for anybody, not that we have many people left in the chat now, but if you guys haven't seen Garden to Table with Heather Lynn, go ahead and check out. She just started her channel and is just starting to get going with her videos. So very exciting. And Lisa from Yogi Hollow. Yay. If you're watching this on the replay, go subscribe. She's getting close to her 1,000. She needs it. Let's get her there. So I think we're gonna sign off because
my husband just went into the bedroom and probably have turned off the light, so I've got to catch up with him.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for having me. I enjoyed it. Thanks, everybody.
It was so much fun. And next week I will be back with Dreamweaver Haven's Homestead, or Dreamweaver Haven Homestead, and I'm going to talk about her baby bunnies. So, all right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.